No, Richmond's, you know, they're a good team. You know, they obviously struggled and lost last night, but Klein put up 25. He's a matchup nightmare. He really hurt us in the first game, and we need to certainly do a better job against him than we did the first time. You know, so we're going to get their best shot. They'll be ready to go. They'll be excited. They'll obviously have a bad taste in their mouth from what happened over there. But you know, we got to be ready to go because they're certainly going to play at an extremely high level.
You mentioned it last night briefly, but I know you talked about their inbound stuff ad nauseum before the first game. They still pulled it off 5 or 6 times. You mentioned it last night. When talking about it this week, do you try and go over it again, or is it just something that kind of fades into the overall?
Well, we'll spend some time with it and go over it again and make sure that we are a little bit better against it. Hopefully, you know, there's a lot of things that could have gone you know, differently in the first game on their end and on our end, and whoever can correct those the most will probably have the best chance of winning the rematch here.
What kind of adjustments have you seen them make since round 1 between you guys?
Well, you know, I mean, last night they started Marshall Wood and brought Taylor off the bench, although they brought Taylor in pretty early in the game. So, you know, defensively they're playing more zone than they played. You know, they play the man, well, the switching man, whatever you want to call it. But he's playing a little bit more of like a traditional 3-2 zone. They've run that a little bit more to try to help some of their defense, you know, help their defense get some stops. So, you know, they're changing their scheme a little bit, but the offense is the same. They're spreading you and driving you and penetrating, kicking to 3-point shooters. So we'll need to do a good job guarding the 3-point line. We did a nice job over there. I think they hit 1 3 on us, and we need to do a good job of that again tomorrow, or do another good job of that on Friday.
I know you watch a ton of film, and we've watched a bunch of their games as well. They're very inconsistent. You could get a team that comes out and can't miss and blows you out of the water, or you can get a team that comes out and can't make and you beat them by 20. How do you sort through that, knowing that they are so inconsistent when you see them?
Well, I mean, they've got good players, they've got good talent, so you know that can come out. But you're right. I mean, you know, Marshall Wood hits all those threes. They win at George Washington, and then you know they don't shoot it well. They struggle in some other games. So, you know, it's on us to force them to miss and to force them to you know to be inconsistent shooting the ball. So that's on us. We're not going to sit back and hope and you know give them open looks and say, boy, I hope this isn't their night, and they miss a bunch of them. You know, we need to make it happen and go out there and force the issue a little bit and make sure that they give them a little help in missing by contesting and flying at shooters and making it difficult on them.
Coach, I know that there's probably rarely moments of complete comfort in the coaching profession, but you know, do you feel pretty good that the things that haunted you guys against GW and UMass are kind of things of the past, and you guys have kind of righted the ship? I mean, based on the results, yes, but from your standpoint.
Yeah, I mean, I feel good. We closed the game last night on a 13-4 run, which was good. You know, George Washington closed on us on a 15-4 run. So, you know, you want to reverse those trends. I thought we were ready to go from the start last night, which was good, which is a reverse from UMass. But I mean, you know, all that stuff can creep back in if you're not careful. I thought last night we didn't attack for a full game. We still gave up 40 points in the second half. You know, we fouled too much in the second half. So there's I mean, it wasn't like it was a masterpiece or a perfect game by any stretch. But you know, we can still get better. But you know, you like to have some of that stuff solved. But we've got to attack and you know, put the other. You know, we were on our heels there for a little bit when they went on their run, and we're not very good when we play on our heels.
Quan Four, as a redshirt freshman, has become more and more a part of not only their offense, but especially their defense. Does he present any extra challenges, or does he remind you of anybody that you already have on your roster? Because you guys get after it as well, but.
No, he's good. He runs through those passing lanes. He, it seems to be, it's another different, he seems to get a couple steal and run out layups a game now for them. Seems to be making, making some plays. But he's an aggressive player. He's a good driver. He's another good guard. Richmond's had really good guards for a while, and he's just another one of them.
Are you comfortable with, and I know it's going to depend on the nightly opponent, but the way that your starting lineup has gone, or the way that you like to play going smaller, do you think, especially last night, have you ever been out-rebounded by a dozen and won by 15 before?
Well, you can do it. You just got to make up for it in other ways. Now that's an elite level rebounding team. They're the best offensive rebounding team in our league. So, sometimes you got to go big for big, and sometimes, Tim was asking me, he said, you going to start the small lineup? I go, well, yeah, maybe. Sometimes it's not good to match up big on big. They're still just a little bit better than you when you do that sometimes. So, we'll stick with what's working. But you can make up for it in other areas, turnovers. We outshot them big time from the three-point line. There's other areas you can make up for the rebounding margin. And now, don't get me wrong, we don't want to get blasted on the glass like that every night. But, there's a give and take in everything that you do. There's a give and take in everything that you do. If you play bigger and rebound better, you don't have as many guards to penetrate. Your shots aren't as clean on offense. So there's some give and take in all of it. And right now, our small lineup's in a good rhythm offensively. We've been pretty good defensively. If we could just clean up the backboards, that would really solidify us as a good small ball team.
Coach, on the offensive side of the ball, Richmond's one of the best teams in the conference. But is there anything defensively that gives you any type of cause of concern on defense that could give your offense problems?
Well, you never know what they're going to do. They're going to change their defenses up. Play some zone, play some man. We did a good job attacking them the first time, and we need to continue to do that. Manipulate some matchups and go at some matchups that favor us a little bit. So we need to do that again, and I'm sure they'll have a few tricks up their sleeve for us, and we'll see if we can anticipate those and prepare for those and be ready to go on Friday.
See the rivalry kind of gain some fervor over the last couple of years. What does this mean to the players? Obviously, get up for it. What have you seen it mean to alumni and fans and kind of the program as a whole, battling a crosstown rival? Yeah,
it's different now that we're in the same league, and there's a lot more at stake usually when we play. So I think I think everybody's excited about it. Everybody's up for it. So it's fun. Our players like it. Their players like it. It's good. You want to have rivals. You want to have important games, and this is certainly one of those for us.
Have you heard they're calling it like Wade's World, the camp out for the game?
No.
I like that.
No.
No, you're not? Yeah.
No, I have, I guess. What camp
Do you
out?
think
What are they
that,
doing?
some students are camping out like overnight tomorrow night for the game? Just what does that mean, to have that kind of excitement around the program?
That's good. Our fans are awesome. I thought the crowd last night was great. Our student fans are great. So, it's good. We need everybody ready to rock and roll on Friday night. It's a great showcase for our arena. I met with somebody earlier this morning who it was his first time he'd been at our game here. He's in town doing some work for our athletic department. He kept commenting about, how great our fans are, how you don't have that, and even, some of the BCS league. He was very, very impressed. It was the first time. So it's the first impression a lot of folks get. And, I'm excited about the fact, this is, we'll have ESPN2 here, so this will be a home game on ESPN2, which is good for us to showcase nationally. We were on it at UMass, we were on it at Davidson, but those were road games. So, this will be a good showcase for our fans and our program and our atmosphere on ESPN2.
How does the staff use an off weekend in terms of getting ready for next week? Is there
Recruiting.
things that it allows you to do?
Recruiting.
What's that?
Recruiting.
Okay, that's what I thought.
I got a 5:20 a.m. flight on Saturday morning. Anybody want to join me?
I got one at 8:10.
Huh?
8:10,
Where are you going?
Louisiana.
I'm going a lot further west than that.
Coach, as the season starts to regular season starts to come down to the wire here, is there a tendency to start standings watching, especially with a big game
You
with,
can't do
St.
that.
Joe's
I
and
mean,
Dayton
our
tonight?
guys will watch St. Joe. I mean, I'll probably be on at the coaches' show tonight, so I mean, we'll all watch it. But I mean, you can't worry about that. I mean, if we take care of each of our games, we're going to be in very good shape. That's all that matters. I mean, no matter what happens, whatever happens in any other game, I mean, if how many games we got left? 5? 5 or 6? 5. I mean, if we win all 5, we're going to win the league, no matter what happens. So, I mean, you can't worry. I mean, we don't need any help. We don't need any. I mean, we kind of control, what we can. So we need to focus on beating Richmond, and then we'll focus on whoever else we got after that. That's got to be the focus.
Coach, you've always been complimentary of Michael Gilmore. How has he handled the coming off the bench over the last couple of games?
Yeah, well, he didn't come off the bench at all last night. I mean, he's great. I saw him this morning. We talked for 10 or 15 minutes this morning. He's obviously disappointed like any kid would be. He wants to play. Everybody wants to play, but he understands that his time will come back around. He's gonna everybody. It goes in cycles. Tillman didn't play a lot against MTSU, and a couple of them now he plays a lot. Johnny was buried for most of the year, and now it goes in cycles, especially with the younger guys. Until you growing up, those juniors and seniors, you get a pretty good. I mean, Melvin didn't play a whole lot as a sophomore. I was talking to him about Troy Daniels today, who never played as a sophomore. I mean, it just takes some time, and everybody wants everything to happen instantaneously. I still believe in Mike. I still think he's a very good player, and he's just as good a person as we have on our team. So. He's handling it as well as you can, but I mean, to sit here and tell you he's happy about everything, no, that's not how he is. But he wants to fight and get better and compete a little bit, and he'll do that. There's going to come a time where we're going to need him here down the stretch, and he'll come through for us. He'll come through for us when we need him. All right.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.